Good day everyone. Once again, this is Arvin Alonso demonstrating to you basics of IT application tools. My demonstration is all about Microsoft Excel, and in this video presentation, I will present how to use conditional formatting. Now, imagine if you have thousands of rows of data and your boss says, kindly show me the trend on our sales, or kindly show me the trend of the years in service. Who are those employees who has more than 20 years, who belongs to 10 to 19 years in service, and many others. And you have hundreds and thousands of rows for this certain kind of situation. So conditional formatting will actually help you see trends. It will actually help you format according to certain condition. I believe you are familiar with how to format using the formatting commands available, like using bold, italics, underline. But this conditional formatting is based on rules. It is based on conditions. So if you are familiar with logic, for example, if this is the situation, then what will be the outcome? So let me demonstrate how to make use of conditional formatting. I have prepared here some conditions. Say for example, in a day's work, if the day's work is less than 5, we will have a red color. If it's 5 to 10, orange color. And if it's 10 to 25 or more even, it will be blue color. So first, I will highlight these cells or this column under the day's work. I'll click on conditional formatting. The conditional formatting is under the home tab. Actually, you can already select from preset conditions here, but let me create a new rule, or you can go to manage rule, new rule. Okay, and then there are rule types: format all cells based on their values, format only cells that contain, and many others. Say for example that we are going to format only cells that contain. Okay, say for example the cell value, and then what will be the condition here? Between, not between. Say for example, I'll use less than 5. Okay, less than 5. Then what will be the format? If Excel sees that the value under the day's work is less than 5, we will click format here. I said a while ago that we will change the color into red. Okay, then click OK. Okay, so actually we have already the first format, but we can add more. We can just go to manage rule, then we'll add new rule. Okay, format only cells that contain between, I said it's 5 to 10, so 5 and 10. What will be the format? We will turn the color into orange. Okay, okay, then we can add more. The last condition, new rule, format only cells that contain. This time I will use greater than, or greater than 10. This will be 11 and up. Format, and the color will be blue. So for example, you can also make it bold, or you can change the border if you want to, or you can have a fill color if you want to, depending on the format that you would like to apply. So for this, let us just change the color into blue. Okay, now you see that there are already 3 conditional formats on this certain column. Take note, you can edit a certain rule, you can delete a certain rule by going to the manage rule or conditional formatting rules manager dialog box. You can click OK or apply. I'll click OK because I'm done with the conditional formatting. So you notice the value 25 turned into blue. So for example, I will type 10. Okay, I will type 5. I will type 7. I will type 11. So you notice as you type, the format changes based on the conditional format that you have set. So let us have another example. Say for example that here I have a situation. If it's less than 400, light gray, dark gray for 400 to 800, 801 and above will be black. So conditional format will just have manage rule, new rule, format only cells that contain less than 400 for 400. Then the format will be light gray. Say for example this one. Light gray. Perhaps I will make it bold so that it can be seen. Okay. Okay. Then I'll add another rule. New rule. Format only cells that contain. This time it's between 400 to 800. The format is dark gray. Okay. Okay. Now, if you don't like to add the last condition, which is black, it's just okay, especially if the default color of your font is black. But for the sake of discussion, let me just have another rule. This time, let us use, for example, greater than or equal to. When I use greater than or equal to, I'll just have 801. When I use greater than, I can have 800 as its condition. Format, the color will be black. Okay. Apply. Okay. So 2000. Let's try. 15. 800. 700. 390. Okay. So that's how we can make use of conditional formatting. Now, another example under years of service. This time we are going to use full shade star, half shade star, and no shade star. Okay. So how do we do that? Anyway, how do we get the years in service if we are basing on the date employed? Actually, I will introduce another function here, year frac. Then what's the start date? D2, the date employed, comma, the date today. So it will compute the difference between the date employed and the date today. Close parenthesis for the parenthesis of year frac. Okay, it's 21.8. Now, we don't like to see years in service with decimal values. So what I will do here is insert another function which is integer. Okay, the purpose of integer is just to get the integer value of a number. So enter. So we have 21. I'll just paste the formula here. So we have these values. Now, let us have a conditional format here. Actually, there are stars here if you want to. Full shade star. Or let us change, for example, into this one. Okay. Say, for example, we don't like the formula for that. Then we can change. Edit. So here, will base on number. If it's greater than 20 or equal to 20, the color will be say for example this one. And then for this, we're using number greater than or equal to 10. That's 10 to 19. Okay. Take note, when it's already less than 20, use this value. Okay. Number. So you notice that this condition automatically adjusts. We'll use 10 here. And change this one, for example, into this, and this one into a lighter color. Click OK. Apply. OK. So you notice that there are already round instead of star. Okay. Last condition, for example, here. I would like to see who among the employees has the highest actual sales. This is supposed to be actual sales. Let me just edit this one. Okay. So, I'll highlight conditional formatting. I can just make use of data bars. Say, for example, I'll use orange color. So, you notice that there is a color depending on the sales. Let me show you. For example, I will make this one now as the highest value. Notice that automatically the color changes based on the values. I can have another condition here. Say for example that the target sales of every employee should be 150,000. And if they did not reach the target sale, there is an arrow going down. If they reach the target sale, it's just a bar. And then if they went beyond the target sale, there's an arrow pointing upward. So I'll have this one. Actually, there are icons set here. I can make use of this. And then edit or manage rule. This is what I'm going to edit. Edit rule. So I said, if it's greater than 150,000, this is 150,000. Greater than. Okay. This is arrow upward. If it is 150,000 number, this one will be another symbol. I'll just make use of this one. So if it's less than 50,000, 150,000, automatically the arrow is going down. Click OK. OK. You notice that we have this. Let us change a certain value into 150,000. See if the other condition works. Okay, so it works well. So that's how we can make use of conditional format. Take note, there are a lot of formats, preset formats. Say for example, the top bottom rules. Situation, for example, among all your sales agent, you would like to see the top 10 sales among all the agents. We can make use of this conditional format, top bottom rules. It's either top 10 items or top 10%. Okay, now, so here is an example. For example, anyway, I compute the basic pay, data E2 times data F2, which is here. I multiply this one. Okay, so take note of the cell referencing. I compute a percentage on sales, 2% of H2, which is here. Okay, just to show you the formula. And then for allowance, for example, there's a condition here. There's another function that I would like to introduce here. If function, but this function has already a nested if. It's already a nested if. There are already 3 conditions here. Here, the condition is if data G2 is greater than or equal to 20. What's G2 in the data? G2 is the years in service. So, okay. So, if data G2 is greater than or equal to 20, the employee will be given a 5,000 as an allowance. Now, there's another condition. If data G2 is greater or equal to 10, okay, meaning this is from 10 to 19. 20 up will not be anymore included because that's the first condition that we have. So, the employee will be given 3,500. And here, once the employee has a years in service less than 10, automatically the allowance is 2,500. So, that's a condition. And then for the gross pay, I'll just have B2 C plus C2 plus D2. And then for withholding tax, this is just a prelude to how we can compute the tax based Philippine tax computation. But this is not the actual. I'll just give you a situation. If gross pay, for example, is less than or equal to 20,000, 0. If it's less than or equal to 33,000, 0, plus the excess of E2 to 20,000 times 10%. Okay? So whatever is the excess from 20,000, there is a 10% tax. Not exceeding also 33,000. But if the gross pay is 33,000 and 33,001, there will be a tax of 33 plus the excess of E2 minus 33,000 multiplied to 20%. Okay. But for the Philippine tax, there are a lot of conditions. Actually, I think 6 or 7 conditions. So, that's where we have this one, copy, paste. So, again, you can also put some conditional format here. Say, for example, you would like to format the gross pay. Who is the top? For example, top bottom rules. We only have 5 data here, so I'll just have top 10 items, top 2, and light red fill. What do you want? Or red border, or you can have other custom format. So I'll say, for example, I'll just click green fill, click OK. So you notice that the top 2 will be formatted with fill color. Okay. So that whenever the value changes here, let me just change this one. I'll change the rate per day into 1,000. Okay. And I will change this one into 23. I'll change this one into 16, for example. Let us check whether the highlight changes. So you see, now that is conditional formatting. There are a lot of conditions that you can set when you make use of conditional formatting. This is just a demonstration of how we can create a format based on certain conditions, which will give the user a view of what is happening with the data, what are the trends, for example. Okay, so with this, I hope you learned something new in this presentation. Thank you and God bless everyone.